Yo, wagwan. Tis your boy, Jeton Legendary, and we have ourselves another swag guide, folks. Okay. Now, a long time ago, I released a video for the new expansion showing all the white items you could get. However, I left out a lot of gray items. Why? Because there's a lot of them, and a lot of them look the same. However, there's a few I remember and know about that do not look the same. Now I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between retail and my own private server here, because some of these items I still don't have because they are unfortunately very low drop rates. However, they are one of a kind. So, you know, sometimes those low drop rates, you got to be like, hey, forget it. You know, I'm a grind for it because it's one of a kind, baby. Starting off with number one, the reason why we're here in Bastion is, boom, the age-worn short blade. Now this weapon right here can be earned through... Okay, hold up real quick intermission. I made a mistake. This weapon comes out of treasure chests that are all over Bastion and have way better drop rates than any of the NPCs I said. So my bad on that. As you'll see, it'll pop up on the screen. Immaculate drop rates and can be pickpocketed off of NPCs for just as good rates as well. Various NPCs here in Bastion, that is right where we're standing over. Come on down here on retail, and any one of these guys here can give you this sword. Now you're probably wondering, well, what does the sword look like? Wow, HD machete. This next item is hands down the best looking gray item in the game, if you ask me. Well, of course, gray items that you can actually obtain. There are a menagerie of absolutely incredible gray items, but we just can't have them. But of items we can have, this is by far the best. So you're going to want to make your way to Crocun, or get the fuck out of my way, man. Antoran Wastes. Okay, don't go to Irideth. It doesn't come from there. Okay, you'll see the little joints pop up now. The chipped Manari blade. So for all my Manari players, as y'all know, we just got the Manari Draenei customization. Blow. You're essentially wielding a broken two-hander. Absolutely magnificent. I remember when this thing first dropped. This is a sword, by the way. I remember when this thing when they first made this thing and I had got it. Oh my goodness. I was like, someday they're gonna let us customize. Didn't happen till Dragonflight, so I gave up hope and I sold the item. But I got it back because, as you can see, the as you saw, the drop rates are not that bad, and the options are endless. You get those out of the war chest. Okay, so that is these containers you see here, the little red joints. Go ahead and show you what those look like. So boom, this is what the chests look like. You know what I'm saying? Open them up, you get a 14% chance. Well, apparently you don't get nothing on my private server, okay. But normally you get a 14% chance, and they're pretty easy to find. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of them around on the map, and it's a 14% chance each and every time. I need to actually come back here on retail because there's a lot of good looking transmog here that I didn't get to finish, like the World Defiler gear. Y'all got the World Defiler stuff? That crap is heat. There's a cloth set and there's a plate set. Straight fire looking. Anyways, there you go, you know what I'm saying? Chipped Manari sword. Beautiful. Next. For this next weapon, you're making your way back out to the Crocun, Irideth, Antoran spot, the whole of the Draenei world, basically. And because of that, unfortunately, this weapon suffers pretty terrible drop rates, as you will see here. However, though this isn't the only thing in the game that looks like it, there is one other, and that is the Magician's Staff, which is an old school vanilla green item, which means the drop rates are even worse. So, boom. Cool little purple staff. One of two purple staves within the entire game, but unfortunately, because of such a wide variety drop pattern, while also being the only other weapon of his look, which is a freaking vanilla item, and y'all know how vanilla items go, you'll probably never see that, and if you do, it's gonna cost like $1 million on the auction house because somebody actually thinks they're gonna sell it. I don't know what people be thinking. You ain't selling that bullcrap. But the good thing is, if you're out here farming for everything else, it can drop from any of the spots. Let's say you're in Iridath trying to get the mount. Say you're in Croclan trying to get literally anything else in these 3 spots. It works for all 3 spots. All of Argus can drop this item. Not the best, but all of them. So, it'll be, I guess, easier because there's more to kill, but not by much. Next. Alright, we got a 2-in-1 here because they come from the same place. We got Revendreth, okay? And we have the muck encrusted items. That is boom and blow. Okay? Dang, that dagger is big. 2 specialty weapons with natural green glows because they're supposed to be stained with muck, whatever that is, some kind of filth. I don't know exactly. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's not a word I have ever used in my entire life. That might be the first time I've ever actually said that word. Probably not. But yeah, it's not a common word I use. So in order to get this one, you're gonna want to make your way to the Ember Court. Now here at the Ember Court, there's going to be some kind of extravagant tribute containers and chests that pop. I'm not 100% sure on how you do it because I did not do Revendreth stuff like that back when it was a thing. But for all my people who have done the Venthyr stuff, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So that is in this area here. You have to farm rep for Revendreth. They'll spawn these treasure chests. And you can get them from the treasure chest at a pretty dang hefty drop rate. As you see just popped up on the screen there for the both of them. But if you have absolutely no idea how to do that, nor do you wish to do that, if you have a rogue, go ahead, hop on a rogue, and you can pickpocket random big guys around the map. So that's Boulderfoot, Big Shiny, and Heftor. Much lower drop rates, but you know, do it just a bit more often. If you have absolutely no idea how to do these stone head tributes, because I'm gonna keep it a hundo with y'all. I am not sure. I did the pickpocket route because I was like, I don't know what any of that is. The pickpocket route was pretty easy. Just, you know, pickpocket, log out for a little bit, or you can just sit there while you listen to music and pickpocket them every minute or 2. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. And just in case you're not 100% sure where these big guys are, Heftor. Not Heftor, Boulderfoot walks up and down this route here. Okay, so he'll go from that gate, he'll come about here, and then he'll walk back and forth between here. For Heftor, you're going to want to go ahead and make your way. Okay, as you see, we got Big Boy out here. You're going to want to make your way right exactly where I am. Okay. And then Big Shiny is right around the back. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these dudes don't spawn at the exact same time. Big Shiny would be like, if I remember correctly, he'll walk around back here. Yeah, should be back here. And I don't believe they spawn at the same time though. So, boom. Alrighty, for this next weapon, it is now a one of a kind item. There used to be 2 in the game, but due to the NPCs that used to be in that zone now being gone, this is the only one of its kind. So what you're gonna want to do is make yourself a Death Knight. Okay, you're gonna go ahead, do the first little quest that you got to do that brings you down here to get your hands on the one and only Rusted Pitchfork, which really ain't rusty when you look at it. This right here used to have another variant, but those NPCs are long gone due to that land changing. So now you can only get the rusted version. Now the rusted one, as you saw by the little joints that just popped up on the screen, can be obtained through pretty much every Whoa now. Can pretty much be obtained through every NPC you see in this zone. Oh dear, we have no damage. So yeah, pretty much everything here. Specifically the citizens, it'll pop up on the screen. The citizens and the Scarlet folks themselves are going to be dropping these items. Ooh, shoot, it's a little cluttered now. Dang, is this how it actually looks when you're not seeing the phases? Goodness. For this next item, you're going to be making your way back out to Ravendreth, okay? Bit of a troll weapon, too, for real. You're going to be getting these out of Forgotten Chests, which can be found anywhere around Ravendreth. Nice little cool little knick-knack paddywhacks and all of these. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get your hands on them things, because they will drop you a little troll weapon Blizzard decided to make. But as you can see, when you first look at it, it says sturdy pitchfork, right? But then you equipped it, and it's definitely not a pitchfork. It is definitely not a pitchfork, folks. That is completely normal. Okay, when you get this item, it'll be called a pitchfork. It'll look like a pitchfork, but when you equipped it, it's not. So, a bit of a troll weapon. But however, get your hands on a nice, good, clean sickle. Now, this isn't the only weapon in the game that looks like this, but I'm pretty sure the colors on it are unique. Not the weapon itself, but the colors. Yeah, other than that, you know, this is a pretty easy one to get. Decent drop rate, as you see on the screen. 9% chance to get out of most chests, 8% out of most sixes and whatnot. So, shouldn't be too hard to get. Won't be the fastest thing in the world, but, you know, there it is. I think pretty much majority of them look like this. Yeah, dang near every single one of them looks like that. So, that is your Ravendreth treasure chest. Okay, oh, almost forgot. And for the exact same thing, we have the actual sturdy pitchfork. Okay, actually, I don't know if that's a UI error on my part. This might be the rusted hand scythe. For some reason, I don't know. Either way, you get both of them from the exact same place, so you'll know when you see it, pretty much. Sturdy pitchfork, as you can see, much different looking and actually rusty in comparison to the one you get out of what's the name? This one is cool, but if I'm keeping it 100%, the other one definitely looks a lot better. It's much bigger, much cleaner, and some of these HD models, sometimes they're a little overdone. Okay, I've never seen a pitchfork look this terrible and out of shape. You know, with having improperly lengthed forks, this fat as fuck bolt, the gargantuan amount of metal and all that. It is a good looking model, but the older ones, in my opinion, definitely look better. Alrighty, this next weapon is an actual troll weapon. I'm not 100% sure if the last one was or not, but this one is indeed. It is the ceremonial javelin, okay? But it's a dang hammer. And the crazy thing is, this is a HD model of the old school hammers, and as you can see, it is a one-hander. So you're gonna absolutely want to get your hands on these, okay? How do you get your hands on these? Well, go ahead and open up your map, and you'll see these containers. These little red ones. These are the ones you're gonna want to open, okay? And as you already heard earlier, your boy made a great mistake on the sword earlier. That thing is easily obtainable. This right here is something special because it looks like a two-hander, but it's not. That means you could run around on a rogue looking like you're dual-wielding two-handers, and they go on the side, and they don't lose size. Pretty dang unique if you ask me. Pretty dang unique. It's the only weapon in the entire game that has this look. Of course, I wouldn't go for anything else if it has another look, same look as something else. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. I like this one a lot, actually. This is almost as good as the Minari joint. Yeah, this one's real nice. Next. Now for this next weapon, you're gonna want to make your way back out to Irideth and all those places. Same treasure chest I showed you earlier. This looks like the troll sickle, except this is the actual one. So the difference between the troll sickle is, I messed up. It does have the same colors, however it sheaths on the back as where this one sheaths on the side like it always used to. Now this is not technically unique. You could get the garden sickle from the Warlords of Draenor Garrison if you have herbalism. However, you know, if you don't feel like leveling herbalism and then doing the whole what's the name quest just to get the dang sickle, then you can easily come on out here, loot those same treasure chests I showed you earlier for the Minari blade and the other weapons from here, and get the possibility at this side sheathing sickle. Or maybe you want the better looking troll one that sits on your back. Your choice. Or maybe you want both. One on your back, one on the side. That's what I do. But there you go, folks. Just a quick little gray item swag guide that I wanted to do, because I'm like, you know what? I didn't include any gray items in the swag guide I did when the white items and gray items became transmoggable, because there was just too many and I couldn't remember all of them off the top of my dome, and that was more about the things that could be easily collected. I'm like, I could do a little joint later in the future, and that is that. Now, I did leave out one weapon, and that is the gray item version of the King's Defender. I saw no real reason to add that, because you may as well just run old school Karzan for the original weapon versus the newer Karzan for a gray item version. But I left that one out. I'm like, no point of adding it. But anyways, this has been your boy, Jadon Legendary. If you enjoyed this video, that's good. If you didn't enjoy this video, that's good either way. You watched it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, share with your people, join the Legendary Clan, support the channel, become legendary. I'm out.